Representative Greg Stubbe announced he filed articles of impeachment against President Biden on Friday. In a statement, Stubbe's office said he filed the articles against the president for high crimes and misdemeanors. The articles feature accusations of fraud, obstruction of justice, and bribery stemming from allegations of illegal business dealings and tax crimes. It's long past time to impeach Joe Biden, Stubbe said in a statement. He has undermined the integrity of his office, brought disrepute on the presidency, betrayed his trust as president, and acted in a manner subversive of the rule of law and justice at the expense of American citizens. Stube, who endorsed former President Donald Trump in his 2024 bid for the presidency in April, is joining him and other Florida U.S. House representatives at the Iowa State Fair this weekend. In his endorsement of Trump, he said the former president is the only person that can fix the disastrous policy of the Biden administration. He's widely supported in my district, widely supported in Florida, and I'm honored to add my endorsement to a long list of endorsements for President Trump, Stubbe said in his announcement. Now, I sat there and skimmed through some of the stuff in these articles. I would recommend people not waste their time with this. He starts talking about Burisma and, oh, look who Hunter paid off. I don't think these are things that warrant. I mean, if you want to do an investigation, whatever, I don't think they warrant an impeachment. But I'll also say this: I like how it's almost as if he's self-aware. He puts out, like, whenever, regardless of what I think of the article of impeachment, at least they specify like what he's getting impeached over. He puts out this statement, and it's completely devoid of anything other than nebulous terms and platitudes. He has undermined the integrity of his office. I mean, how so? Brought this disrepute on the presidency. Yeah, that's never happened before. Betrayed his trust as president. Okay. And acted in a manner subversive of the rule of law and justice at the expense of America's citizens. I don't know what American is hurt by his son paying a woman. Like, I don't know this, and who in America would be benefited by going after Biden over his family's dealings in Burisma? It's so here's what my actual stance is. I think impeaching Biden is going to be a complete waste of time for everyone involved. I think it's stupid to impeach a president if you cannot ensure that you can get rid of them. And I believe the person doing this, Stubbe or Stobe or whatever you pronounce his name, is trying to look good for Trump, so he can get in good favors with him because he announced he endorsed him, and he's trying to basically pay him back a favor by impeaching the current president ahead of the election year because he thinks that the negative press will benefit his 2024 campaign, referring to Trump in the event that he's the Republican nominee, which it looks like he will be based off the way polling is going. But no, I don't think this is going to amount to anything worth a damn. Like, maybe Biden gets impeached by the House, but I still don't think the Republicans have enough. Like, some of them I can't see swinging for this. But he's definitely getting acquitted in the Senate. He's not getting removed. Unless the Senate becomes 66 Republicans or whatever, which it won't be, there's no chance of getting rid of him. So I would say I'm only interested in this story because I just think it's interesting how literally from the day after Biden entered office, you had articles of impeachment being filed against him. And after 2 years, they're trying to ramp up the discussions about it a little bit more. And these politicians, I feel so bad for their voters because they really try to convince you that this impeachment is going to do something. Like, impeaching Biden, if they do it, is going to suddenly benefit Americans. The same people that will sit here and in a closed door meeting talk about wanting to cut Social Security or Medicare or give the rich some more tax cuts, they can trick regular people into believing they care about them by wagging their finger about how awful Biden is which and sometimes I agree with them, and then also sticking their finger and saying we need to impeach him, even though they know for a fact it's not going to lead to his removal from office. I've said this before. I did not agree with impeaching Trump. I thought it was a waste of time, both times. More so the first time than the second. The second was just for grandstand, like, ooh, we're gonna get rid of him 2 weeks before he leaves office anyway. But we're really at a point now where, for the foreseeable future, probably for the next, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 years, anytime there is a new president, and I'm very serious when I say this, anytime there's especially if it's a Democratic one, the Republicans are going to talk about impeaching him or her, if we ever get a female, by virtue of, so maybe the leadership, right, won't go for it. Like, I know that Boehner resisted calls to impeach Obama, for example, but for the foreseeable future, anytime there's a president who has an opposing party in control of one or both chambers of Congress, they are going to have some members of the other party talking about impeaching them, and it could come as early as late as their final year in office. It could come as early as their first day in office, as we saw with Biden. But this is the unfortunate Pandora's box that was opened really back when Clinton was impeached over Lewinsky and that nonsense, but more so since the Trump impeachment, because ever since Biden took office, are we going to impeach him? 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 And even though they know there is no chance, unless they get some supermajority in both chambers, which they won't, of getting rid of him, they're still going to do it. Again, not because they actually think he committed these evil crimes that are destroying Americans' lives and we need to benefit the people. No, because if they do it, they get more donations, more fundraising, more time on TV. It's all self-serving, but we'll see. Well, we can only hope that their voters wake up.